Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Evo stage. I have I'm very excited to have the privilege to introduce a good friend of mine, a personal hero of mine, someone who's inspired me to help others connect the unconnected, to be a bigger part of what's happening, what's the movement that's coming within Web3, within the real world. If you guys know anything about World Mobile, you know that this is more than just a telecoms company, it's more than just an internet company, it's a movement. And if you've met any of the people involved in World Mobile, you know that they are some of the most dedicated, talented, committed people you've ever met in your life. And I've had the honor of getting to know these people very, very well. I call them true friends. And one of my close friends, one of my inspirations, my hero, one of my role models, is going to come up here on stage here in a second and talk to everybody and hopefully inspire us to do more, to be more, and to get more involved. If everyone would please help me in welcoming Mr. Micky Watkins up to the stage.
One, two, testing. Thank you very much, Rob. So usually I'm used to having a chair, but I like this, so I'll pace and interweave between these pillars. First of all, big thank you to Rob. Big thank you to the World Mobile Alliance who are representing us today. Usually we take our own stall, but actually World Mobile has grown so much and got so much support from the community that we have an alliance. And that alliance is here today. And all of you that I've met, every year, there's more and more. How did it start? I think everybody knows, but I'll remind you just in case you don't. It started in a smart village. It started in a place in Tanzania's Zanzibar. We went out there 2019. World Mobile had been an idea that we were baking for quite some time. But we needed to prove, not that people needed connectivity, but we needed to prove that we could change the course of people's future by giving them connectivity so that they could take opportunity into their own hands. So we set up. We called a friend. That friend is Andrew Soper, who's a co-founder of World Mobile. And we said to him, okay, we want to set up internet, but we don't know how to deal with the power. Do you know a place that we can go? He said, yeah, Zanzibar. I live there. I provide connectivity to, I provide power to there. And actually, I'm looking for a connectivity solution. So we sent our team. We found the most rural village that was in reach. This is a shoreline with houses built on mud, on stilts. They had a shop that was selling SIM cards, but they had to walk 3-4 miles. In actual fact, Charles Barnett was the first person to explore that area and to go there and meet those people. And he called me and he said, look, this is the perfect place. So what did we do? We put up 2 towers, Wi-Fi powered towers, solar at the top, a street light because actually they didn't have any street lights. And it got dark every day at 7 o'clock. Underneath that was a microwave transmission, and underneath that was Second Life batteries. We set up one either side of the village. We expected to see after 1 month what would happen. We had an idea of what would happen, but we weren't sure of what would happen. COVID came around. We got blocked. And it was our choice. Do we keep this up for 7 months, 8 months, 9 months? We don't know how long COVID was going to last. We didn't know if this lockdown was going to be forever. In the end, it was 9 months. But what was beautiful, during that 9 months, I was able to play video games with my friends in Zanzibar. I was speaking to people who didn't speak English before, who had gone to Duolingo and learned English. When we could finally get back there and actually meet these people in person, I was amazed. We arrived, a village that was around 100, 150 people, had grown to around 300 people. One shop had grown to 2. One bar had grown to 3. The women had become empowered and started to sell more food, more things, and were able to stay up late at night. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but for us it was a good thing. The fishermen were the #1 source of transforming this village. And how did they transform it? WhatsApp. Yep, that's right, WhatsApp. When they came to this, caught their fish, they were not able to tell a trader previously what kind of fish they had. So in almost real time now, they're able to speak to the trader and say to the trader, hey, here's a picture of my fish. And all of a sudden it was worth the trader coming out because he was buying cheaper and then selling to the local markets. So they had smoked fish on a daily basis. Smoked fish is worth $1, fresh fish is worth $10. This was the moment for us that we said, okay, we can make a change, but we don't want to do this in just villages. We want to do this on a nationwide level across the whole of Zanzibar. And if we can do it in Zanzibar, we can do it elsewhere. So the next year, we decided that we'd build a big team, a team of about 60 or 70 people in Zanzibar, trained local engineers, sent out our team, got the trucks, got the stickers, got everything, made a presence for World Mobile. But this wasn't the solution. It was part of the solution. Over that year, we deployed in a place called Stonetown. And we went to schools. We went to government buildings. We went to private hotels. We went to many, many, many different places and found hosts. Hosts are people that have rooftops. Hosts are the people who are secure the network, the physical infrastructure. And we started the first part of our model, which was, okay, we'll put a radio up on your roof and we'll pay you to keep that radio on your roof. We'll pay you a part of the revenue that is running through that network. So that was the first step. The second step was finding local business entrepreneurs and saying, hey, if you buy this Wi-Fi unit for $200 and you plug it into the World Mobile Network, we'll connect you with a host. And all of a sudden, you can be generating revenue. And the third step was shutting down our team in Zanzibar. Why did we shut our team in Zanzibar? Because we believe that a sharing economy has to be run by the people.
Rare Evo 2025 tickets are on sale now. Save big. General admission passes are discounted to $250, and VIP passes are only $800. Join us August 7th through 9th, 2025 at Caesars Palace, Las Vegas. Hurry, only 30 days left to save. Visit rareevo.io and buy your tickets now.
Zanzibar is now running around 35,000 customers and growing. We've given a lot of opportunity to the people that live in Zanzibar, but we needed to grow further. So everything that we learned in Zanzibar, we then took to a partner. That partner was an ISP in Pakistan with quite a lot of fiber in the ground. And they said, we'll give it a go. And I was there shitting myself because I was like, okay, I'm not in control anymore. But in order for World Mobile to grow, I cannot be in control. I have to empower the people to run the people's network. Thankfully, which is why I'm here on the stage today, Pakistan worked out. We now have hundreds of thousands of customers in Pakistan. What was our next step? Here, United States of America, Nevada, big up Reno, Bridget and Christian and everybody else as well. We took the same model that we did in Zanzibar. We took all the learnings that we took from Pakistan. We wrote a new rule book and we decided upon a city called Reno. Very poorly connected, an amazing vibe, great people, and we started to deploy our sharing economy there. Today we have around 1,000 nodes in Reno. We recently did the first drop for batch 2 of our Air Node cells, and we sold out in 11 minutes. And I can firmly say that the sharing economy is working. Why is this important? This is important because there are around 3.5 billion people on this planet that are unconnected. That's almost half the world. It's not acceptable that people don't have internet. It's not acceptable people don't have internet to take opportunity into their own hands. It's not acceptable that half the world can't speak to the other half of the world. And it's not acceptable that 850 mobile network operators that control the entirety of the world's communications have not found a way to connect the unconnected and serve the underserved. I believe that every human on this planet has the right to connectivity. It should be a human right. It should be mandated. But the problem is, although some mobile network operators are evil, big wireless, using legacy business models and legacy infrastructure, have slowly been grinding to a halt. They cannot connect us profitably. That is the major issue. They're using licenses that they pay the big companies. They're using particular brands of hardware. They're using all types of things. And because they've got so used to earning that money, taking that money from us and putting it into their pocket, and their shareholders have got used to this, and the investment funds, the pension funds have got so used to this, actually they're the cause of the damage. They're the reason that everybody isn't connected. So our sharing economy doesn't use legacy infrastructure, doesn't use legacy business models. We as World Mobile don't take the majority of the money and put it into our pocket and make ourselves richer, because actually we know that having a big piece of a small pie is not very good. But having a small piece of an absolutely huge pie is massive. Big Wireless has a problem. Big Wireless abuses us. Big Wireless takes our privacy. Big Wireless knows where you've been, where you go. Big Wireless knows who your friends are. Big Wireless knows more about us than we know about ourselves. Now, I challenge everybody in this room. Call up your mobile network operator and ask them for your last 10 years' history. Who in this room thinks that they'll get it? You won't get it. I can assure you, because that's their data. You're paying them. You are paying them to give them data. You are paying them to sell it to the highest bidder. In the quest to be connected, we've given up our privacy. We've given up our human rights. And you know what? It's worth it, right? Because if we don't have internet, we're screwed. My kid just now, one of them shot another one with a water pistol in the eye. If I didn't have internet, my wife couldn't call me and tell me. If I didn't have internet, I can't do business. We don't have an option. But we pay. World Mobile stands for something very, very, very different. It stands to empower us to build a network run by the people for the people. It stands to give us back our privacy, something that is long lost. And we may not appreciate what that means today. But I assure you, over the next couple of years, with the advent of AI, it's so very important that we take control of our own data. It's so very important that we stop outpricing people. 15% increase this year on mobile service plans. What, to fit 5G? But still, 30% of the United States of America is unconnected. 10% of the population is unconnected. Sorry, 30% of the landmass is unconnected. 10% of the population is unconnected. This is the most advanced country on the planet. If this country has this many problems, what about every other country? So I propose this. We don't fight Big Wireless, we help Big Wireless. Because now they need the help. We show a new model, like we have around the rest of the world. When we started, the idea of sharing spectrum with a mobile network operator was impossible. Last year, we spoke to 3 or 4 mobile network operators who were willing to share their spectrum. When we started, no one believed that you could float a balloon in the sky and connect people over crazy areas. We proved it. The GSMA loved it. When we started, people asked, why do you need blockchain? Today, with over 10,000 nodes in our ecosystem, reporting back to the Earth node operators, you can see why you need blockchain. If you own an air node and you want to get paid and you invest your hard-earned money into owning infrastructure, you need to know you're getting paid the right amount. You need to know that no one's gaming the system. If you, as a user, want to recall your data, World Mobile will be the first mobile network operator in the world that will allow you to recall that data. We're here for change. We're here to make things happen. But without all of you and a wider community, it's impossible. And there's one thing that I say, and there's one thing you all have to remember. Unless we do this together, we're not going to connect half the world. Unless we do this together, we're not going to take privacy back into our own hands. Unless we do this together, we're always going to be subservient to the mobile network operators to provide us connection. And I don't accept it, and you shouldn't. And actually, we don't have to anymore. So I want you to think when you leave today, if you could start a new journey and you could be in a position where you control your own future, where you have your own dignity, your own privacy, would you start that journey? And the answer, I think, from 95% of people is yes. 3 years ago, we talked about the future of World Mobile. Today, we're in the future. Today, we have hundreds of thousands of customers. In 6 months' time, we'll have millions of customers. In 2 years' time, we'll have tens of millions of customers. The reality is here, and everybody has a part to play. Whether it's joining our community and talking about why this is important, whether it's educating your next door neighbor, your mum, your dad, your sister, your friends on why this is important, whether it's owning an air node and profiting from owning that air node, whether it's being a marketer in our ecosystem and selling SIM cards, you have a chance to be part of the change. And I truly believe that World Mobile is the new standard of mobile network operators. Right now, we are the kings of DePIN. I don't know if that's going to be forever. I think we've got 5 or 6 years ahead of anybody else. But the future is a sharing economy. The future is us. The future is not giving away all of our money, our data, our privacy to somebody else. The future is control. The future is control in our hands. So I thank you very much for turning up today. I appreciate you all, and together we're unstoppable.
Hello, my name is Christian Gregory Reese, and thank you for allowing us to attend and comment in today's meeting. I'm the Nevada Regional Manager for World Mobile. We are a new telecommunications network who are building a new way of providing connectivity through home and business internet with cellular access on blockchain, new technologies, and a new business model, the sharing economy. Half of the world is still offline. That's over 3 billion people. And here in the United States, even in the 21st century, 22% of Americans in rural areas lack coverage from fixed terrestrial broadband, and 27% of Native Americans living on reservation lands lack coverage from fixed terrestrial broadband. Overall, 24 million people in the U.S. still live in digital deserts without internet connectivity. To us, this is simply unacceptable here and around the world. The major carriers have left half of the world offline. These figures, alongside obtaining licensed spectrum from the FCC to operate as a carrier in Nevada, California, Utah, and New Mexico to start, prove to us why coming to the U.S. is aligned with our mission. So, what did we do to connect the unconnected? We went to the deepest parts of the island of Zanzibar, off the coast of East Africa, to test our new way of providing connectivity alongside Mozambique, Kenya, and Tanzania. As our first proof of concepts, we brought internet access and solar to the most remote villages we could find, to people who have never been on the internet before. From our aerial-based platform capable of radio payloads, to our rooftop infrastructure, our distributed and decentralized approach allows hosts and operators to own the network and partake in the revenue generated by it. And for the first time ever, allows cities and communities around the world to bring connection to themselves, to their neighbors, all without waiting for boardrooms to weigh whether or not their connection and voice makes financial sense to them. A network owned by and for the people that doesn't own, track, or sell your data, all settled and secured by the blockchain. Now you're probably wondering, sounds great, but why Reno? We are connected, why is this needed? Well, even in established cities around the world, 150 million people still lack quality and affordable internet access. And alongside being a great city and state to do business, one I was born and raised in, Nevada has the worst coverage availability in the nation. And to test this, we installed an antenna in the heart of downtown Reno, and over 24 hours we received over 10,000 attachment requests from user devices. These requests mean the user is not getting enough service or getting nothing at all from their existing carriers. One area, one antenna, 10,000 people in our city looking for an alternative. As we prepare to launch our cellular network, with Reno being the first operational city in the country in the coming weeks, we've just launched our home and business internet offering. We're eager and very much looking forward to working with our city officials, our partners, and our wonderful community here in Reno Tahoe. Thank you.
All right, and tell people how they can get in touch with you.
You can reach out to us on worldmobile.io, as well as broadband.worldmobile.us.
Enjoying the event? Fire up that wallet and delegate your ADA to Rare Stake Pool. For over 3 years, Rare has been committed to providing high-quality staking services. Thank you for your support.